Good morning, I'm your Mayor, John Leech Jr. We have a really exciting show this morning. I'm here at Pet Allies with RJ, the director. Good morning, How are you?
Good.
Pretty excited to be here. What I want to do this morning, obviously talk a little bit about the building, because you guys have been in here, I think since, I believe you said March.
We finished March of last year on the shelter part.
The shelter part. It's a beautiful building for sure. Pretty excited to talk about it. The other thing we really want to talk about is the adoption and the drop-offs for the strays. How do we drop one off? What's the process?
If you live in the city limits, you can take your stray dogs to our shelter, but you have to contact the police department.
Okay, you said dogs.
Yes.
Okay. So
dogs.
We can't drop off a cat, a horse, a pig, a cow. Okay.
Those ones you have to contact us and try to figure out a way to get help. And there's various different ways depending on what kind of animal it is. So if you call us, we'll work through the process of
that's probably
the individual instance.
Really good information right there, because if there's probably a lot of stray cats. There's probably a lot out there. So you can't really bring them here, but they can call you and find out what we need to do to take care of them.
How we can help them. Yep.
Very good information.
Right. Don't come with a cat, because we might have to turn you away.
Uh-oh. Okay.
We took in the 123 from that one hoarding situation, and we still have 30 of those left. So we just had this huge volume of cats, and it's not appropriate for a shelter to take in animals when we can't care for them properly.
Sure.
Things are a little bit strange with cats now.
So contact PD.
Yep.
So do they go to the police department? Do they call the police? What's the better option?
I don't think the police department is prepared to have the animals show up over there. So I would say, don't do that.
Call them, okay. Definitely call them.
Definitely call them, yes. Okay. And dispatch is really good. They'll get the appropriate person to call them back.
So I guess the other one
is if you own a pet and you want to turn it in.
Yes, that was my next
So then you
question.
need to call us, because we take them in by appointment.
Okay.
You can't just walk in.
Good. That's good information too, because if somebody does have an animal that's growing up and starting to attack another animal, what do you do? So I'm glad you guys give that information and figure out something to do without euthanizing the dog. So that's really awesome information. And the last part before we kind of take a little tour of the building is adoption. That's probably very important as well. How do we adopt an animal?
So you can see all of our pets online. Some of them are in foster care, so they're not in the shelter. We have 87 pets right now, and there's like 50 here at the shelter. So there's a lot in foster care. I have 15 foster dogs at my house. So there's a lot of fosters like me who have a lot of animals. So you can't see them all here, but if you just come here, you're absolutely welcome to come here and see animals that are here. But if you see one on the website, you might check to make sure that it's actually physically here at the shelter. If you're driving from a distance, then
that makes
you
sense.
Want to make sure the animal's here that you want to see.
Right.
And so we don't make it difficult to adopt at all. If the animal's spayed and neutered, you can come and see it, pay the adoption fee, and take it home.
Oh, wow.
So there's no home visits required, unless you say something that makes us think that there's a problem, like you have 10 dogs at home, then we might want to go look and make sure that you have a capability of taking care of that many dogs, because it's a little scary. Right. So, but generally we're very liberal adopters, and we don't judge people.
Good. The other, we'll probably go for a walk, but the other important question too is you made a comment about fostering. So if somebody is interested in being a foster mom, they can contact you as well, and you're probably always looking for foster families.
Yes.
That's nice to know. And we're going to go take a walk and look at some of the shelter, but also I want to ask you about people that want to maybe donate some food and pillows and blankets and stuff like that. But let's go take a walk in the shelter, and we'll keep kind of talking and talk a little bit about. I know there's a wish list here on the board, but what's some of the things that I guess is really important? The most thing I know, food probably.
We actually have a pretty good amount of food right now, but what we need is a specialty food that we feed the shelter dogs, which is blue buffalo chicken and rice.
Oh, okay.
So when the dogs come in here, often they have a lot of special needs. Their medical care hasn't been very good because, you know, they're either astray, maybe been wandering a long time, or maybe their person wasn't able to care for them appropriately because they have financial challenges right now, and so they're surrendering the pet to us. And so we try to feed really good quality food, and we try to be pretty consistent in what we're feeding so that we don't have diarrhea issues. Nothing like having, you know, 40 dogs with diarrhea. We don't want to see that.
So here's a scale.
Yeah.
Those are really cool. I remember back in the day, you used to have to hold them.
Yeah.
And they're smaller.
Check in. And this is the exam room here. Now, we actually didn't have an exam room in the old clinic. Oh, wow. So now we have an exam room. We're really excited about that.
Wow, this
we used to do our exams in the cat room. So now we actually have a real exam room.
Oh, that just looks like the veterinarian, huh?
It is.
Really
we
nice.
actually have a very modern clinic aspects of the clinic part. It's really very up to date.
Very nice.
So there's a little kitchen so the staff can take a break. And this is our laundry, which has been cleaned and is waiting for our laundry volunteer. So if you're interested in being a laundry volunteer,
I could fold towels.
Yeah,
that's about it.
This is where the cats come in. They get weighed and checked in here for surgery, and then they stay in crates like that.
So you made
for the day.
Comment surgery. Do you guys do that in house?
We do.
Really?
Yep. We have a full surgery suite back here. So we do spay and neuter, and we do other surgeries, amputations, tumor removals. So we don't want to be the primary care, but we want to be the people who, if you go to you're a regular veterinarian and you're for some reason unable to be able to afford that a fee, you can come to us, and we normally charge considerably less because we are funded by the public who want to help people who are financially struggling.
So does that mean you have a full-time veterinarian on staff?
Part-time.
Part-time. Is that like on call?
Tuesday to Thursday. No, he's here Tuesday to Thursday.
Okay.
We have regular appointments where we do vaccines and spay and neuter. This is a processing area where they process the drugs and packs for the surgery.
Incredible. I never would have thought of something like this.
And this is our pride and joy here. This is our surgery suite.
Oh, wow.
So we do real surgery here, just like full service clinic. We just have a limited number of things. You know, we don't have an x-ray machine. We don't have ability to do barium studies, a lot of things that a full service clinic would have to do. But there are some things that we can do to help people take care of their pets when they're unable to afford to do it at a regular clinic.
Sure. This is incredible. I had no idea this was in here.
So we really target the people, you know, in our community here to be able to help them keep their pets in their home and not have to relinquish them. A lot of people relinquish pets because they can't feel like they can't take care of them anymore. Wow, and so we want to be able to help them take care of them so that they don't have to give them up. Because just because you're having financial challenge doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to have a pet. So this is the dog recovery room. So when they recover from surgery, they stay in these cages.
You know, it smells good in this whole building. It doesn't, you know, you would think.
No, we clean
50 animals back here, and you would never know.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So the warehouse is here. We're going to go through the warehouse. Hey, Susan. Hi.
Wow.
So we do have food.
Good, because I was hungry.
Because we have breakfast. Food. So this is food here that we share with people when they come to us and they say, I'm struggling, I can't feed my dogs, I can't feed my cats. So we don't have a regular program where you can come every Wednesday and get food, but if people come and they say, oh, we're in trouble, we need food, we give them food. And this is where we sort the food that we don't want to mix the shelter pets food, you know, to get they have the diarrhea issue. So we set aside food here that we're going to share with people that come to us. And then this is our cat area, our cat food, cat litter, and that's the shelter dog food over there. So, yeah, and this is all, you know, the things that we need to operate.
Very nice building.
And we have a big area out here for expansion because we think the city's going to need a larger shelter, you know. We couldn't afford to do it now, but we go all the way back to that fence with that heavy equipment.
Oh, yeah.
So it was designed so that we could just go straight back and add
on to this one.
When the finances meet the needs of the community.
And you know what's funny? What a great place to walk the dog.
Yeah, that's what we do here too.
Right.
Yeah, we let the dogs run around in here and exercise the dogs. And there's plans, I think, to make that property over there a dog park.
Because we can't build there.
Right, because of the height restrictions.
Well, yeah, it's the final path of the airport, of course. That's why the power lines got moved. So
we do have some volunteers coming up with some ideas for a dog park over there too to help.
Good.
So we're coming in the back way into the shelter.
Boy.
Hi, honey.
She's here for vaccines.
I forgot her name.
Ranger.
Ranger, of course, Ranger. She was surrendered by an owner to the police department. And she's a happy girl.
It's a good thing the floors are concrete, huh?
Yeah.
Hi.
She's in here for a booster shot.
Wow.
So this is where we take them in if they're strays initially to treat them medically.
Oh, okay.
So when they come in, any animal comes into the shelter, if they're well enough, we're going to give them vaccines immediately so that we don't spread any disease in the shelter. And so these cages are where they're held temporarily. And so this is the intake office. When you schedule an appointment to bring an animal in, this is where you come. And this particular cat is Nate. He came from the 123 hoarding situation, and we discovered he has asthma.
Oh.
So he can't have a lot of stress because he really had like a human. Mm-hmm. He scared us because he stopped breathing almost. And fortunately, Jennifer was here, and she was able to take him next door to the clinic and put him in an oxygen tank. So he has to have a special kind of litter that doesn't have any dust. But he's going to be a challenge for us to find a home for. So somebody maybe who has asthma themselves will understand and have a home that's suitable for an asthma cat. He's very friendly. He doesn't scream at night.
Well, that's important.
Yes. So we have so many cats here that we have them stacked up front. Normally this is not our design to put them in cages here, but we have so many cats that we have them up here. So shelters often will set up cages like this when they get overwhelmed with the number of animals that come in. So normally the public would come in over here between 11 and 4 in the winter, 11 and 5 in the summer. And then we have staff here at the front. We can still hear the dogs even though the door's shut. They know we're out here.
Right.
Cat areas down here. We have a little boutique here of things that people can buy that are animal related. Hey, Susan.
Good morning.
And that's Valerie. So these are the cages we anticipate having the cats in. This kind of cage. We don't have enough for the current number of cats. We need more funding to get more of these kind of cages. Normally we have the glass on the outside, but right now we have the wire on the outside. The other side has glass on the outside. That's the way it normally sits. So there's a meet and greet room here. So you can come in here and sit in there with a cat and determine, whether it's a good match for you.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. So this is the dog room.
Okay.
It's going to be shocking when we open this door. Okay.
this is incredible. It really is. But like I said, thank you guys for everything you do, and it's amazing. If you ever want to come down here, well, to volunteer, of course, and foster some animals, definitely get a hold of RJ and she'll hook you up. But come see this beautiful building. It's absolutely amazing.